The design you see here features some herringbone pattern in a couple of zones. This zone through here, and if we select up here, there's another zone of herringbone pattern underneath a pergola, and it's a partly finished design. What I wanted to show you is that gCADPlus is capable of loading special patterns that are available on the internet. Any AutoCAD pattern file can be loaded in gCADPlus, and what I'll now do is swing to the definition of this special hatch pattern that I've loaded here. It's called h_8x36 herringbone, and it's not one that's part of gCADPlus, but this particular designer wanted that long herringbone pattern. So let's have a look at it. Pattern files, AutoCAD pattern files and gCADPlus pattern files are very simple text files. So let's have a look at the definition of this particular pattern. Well, I've now opened Windows Notepad and I'm looking at the particular file, the 8x36. The relevant section is through here, and you can see it's relatively simple, although difficult to calculate how one would use offsets and draw a line and whatever in it. So that's the pattern that we're currently using, and the internet is full of many of these patterns, and you can load them quite simply. Well, let's imagine that after a review with the client, you're not happy with that particular pattern, so let's select them and delete them, and what we're now going to do is use it and load a different hatch pattern. So draw, hatch, the prompt says select the objects. We want those two objects. They're just closed polylines with a fill in a certain colour which is easily changed, and we hit enter. And what we now want to do, we can browse to wherever we have downloaded these particular patterns and put them. So we want to change to a different herringbone pattern, so I open it. There's another step. You need to go down here to pattern and pick it, and you can see it's a much shorter length of the paver, and we'll try a scale of 15 and OK it. Now clearly, or perhaps not so clearly, if I select here, the scale is much too big, so we need to bring that scale down maybe to 2, and might even bring it to 1. And you can see if we now unselect and then zoom in on it, there's a new herringbone pattern. You can change the angle of your pattern. This is currently at 0. We go to 45, and that gives us a herringbone pattern at a 45-degree angle. You might want to change that yet again and go to a 90, and we're almost back to the 0. But you can see how easy it is to play with the patterns there. I'm not happy with that. That does not signify a herringbone pattern to me, and I might just try one other angle, see if we can go to say 135 and see what that looks like. And maybe not. So I would dismiss that particular one as suitable. What we want is something between the long and fairly thin pattern, and just reduce the length of that pattern file a little. But since this is not my job, I'm not going to go searching for such a pattern. But you can see if you're interested in paving, you might want to build a collection of paving pattern files.